My name is Jody Bruner. I am the president of Wavelength, and I'll just tell you a little bit about Wavelength, if I can advance my screen here. We believe deeply that to be successful, you need to know how to communicate. It doesn't really matter what you know, what kind of technical knowledge you have in your head. If you can't convey that by, in some ways, by communicating it. So communication is kind of a foundation or the canvas on which everything rests. We focus on communication skills training, and we work in three silos, three pillars. We teach writing skills, we teach people how to present, we teach presentation skills, and interpersonal or meeting skills. Within each of these three pillars, we go pretty deep. I'll let you just take a second and scan the kinds of courses we give to give you an idea of how deep we can go in each of these categories. I personally have been creating and marketing training for over 20 years now. With my very deep interest in communication skills, I've learned a lot of really cool tips from copywriters and marketers, and to which I've applied them to my own marketing, and I want to share some of those tips and tricks with you. So today, I have three objectives. I want to teach you how to hook your audience up front because that's the most important thing to do. You've got to grab your reader right away out the gate and capture their attention. You need to make sure the content of the document you're asking them to read or the presentation you're asking them to listen to is full of benefits. So I'm going to show you how to pull out those benefits, make them pop off the screen, off the document. And then I'm going to teach you how to be compelling and persuasive throughout the document. So quite a lot to share. Marketing docs are, multiple. What in the chat? Share with me what with me and the rest of us. What do you write when you market? What kind of documents are you writing? Emails. Yeah, Ken, that's right. Promotional emails. Good. Intranet. QRGs. I'm not sure what those are. Newsletters. Yep. Messages from the LMS. PowerPoints. Good. Slack posts. Quick reference guides. Oh, that's what QRGs are. Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, quick reference guides. So those are like job aids. Excellent. Digital signs. Cool. Email marketing. Ebooks. Yammer marketing. All right. It's pretty broad. Website posts. Good. Internet. Proposals. Yes. You've got to write a proposal to get a project approved, right? Good. So really, we do so much marketing when we write and present. Let's take a look. So pretty much, you've covered a lot of the kinds of documents embedded in this word cloud, and yeah, they're all marketing. We market all the time, right? So every time we write a document or write a presentation, that we are writing a kind of a product, and a written product always has a clear structure, an opening, a body, and a close. Um, which of these three aspects of writing, the opening, the body, and the close, and I think we're going to launch our first poll here. I'd like to know, what do you find the hardest to write? And Britt, if you could, yeah, thank you.
And the poll's open, everyone. Lots of responses coming in. Most everyone has voted so far. I'll keep the poll open for another 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. Here are the results.
Yeah, the opening is definitely the winner. Yeah, I find it the hardest also. It's really hard to write. And I'm not teaching anything here today. I'm not teaching you about the writing process, but I will give you one tip. The opening is the hardest thing to write. So my strong advice is write it last. Start with the body where it might be challenging, yes, but at least it allows you to work through the solution you're proposing. Once you have a good idea of the message you want to convey, then the opening gets added last. It's a lot easier to write it after you've done a good draft of the body and the close. Okay? So start with the body and end with the closing, and then end with the opening. So the 5 C's template, as it applies to marketing documents, has an opening that contains something that captures the reader's attention, a headline, a subject line, a title, perhaps, a connection between what the reader connection really is relating to what the reader needs, so describing the need and conveying the bottom line or the solution that you have worked through, usually in the body of the document clarifies that solution, fleshes it out, and then the confirm would be uh, the next steps. So let's take a look at uh, the reader's needs. Now, we have two main kinds of readers when we write marketing documents. When we write a proposal, we're often writing them to decision makers. What I'd like you to share in the chat is, what do you think decision makers care about? Impact, value, good. They care about cost. They care about you getting to the point fast. What's in it for them? Yeah. Results, good. Excellent. Yes, connection to the business priorities. That's really important. So here, these are just some ideas. Connection up to the overall strategy, absolutely. Performance measures, how, what difference is the training going to make? Cost and value, business unit satisfaction. They care about your credibility. Should I trust you with this budget? And they care about you making them look good. So make sure you do that for sure. What do learners care about? This is quite a different audience, but we write to learners a lot, especially if you're promoting solutions to your peers, your colleagues. So, what do learners care about? What's in it for them? Good. What else? Relevance to the job. I agree, Livette. Yes. How much time? Yes, this is good. Relevancy of the training. They care about what they need to do. What kind of a commitment are you requiring? Improving themselves. Good, 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 good. Why now? Yes. Connecting with others. Absolutely, Brenda. I agree with that. Time cost, is it relevant to them? Good. All right, here's some suggestions. They care about the practicality. Yes. The personal growth. Yes, guys captured that. Fulfilling mandatory requirements. Yes. Advancing their career, being social and having fun. They want to have fun. People want to have fun. Why not? Why can't you learn and have fun at the same time? So I think that it's important to be thinking about all these different aspects of what learners need and learners care about. Okay, so to create a hook, you need to know what what readers need you're going to be addressing and the solution you're recommending. You don't need to address every single need your audience has. You'll address those within the body of the document. You want to just focus on one need and use that to help build your opening hook. So, I'm going to show you some examples of hooks. Here's an example of a hook that would be an opening of a proposal. I'll let you read it. So you can see how the first paragraph describes the need, the problem that you're addressing, and then the next paragraph or section will lead to the solution. So it's got a really nice, clean structure, and it grabs the reader because readers care about themselves. And what this example shows is that the writer has really described the reader and the pain and the need that the reader has. I recognize myself if I am um, the CEO trying to solve this problem. Here's another example. This would be an opening or a hook of a blog. Again, the first paragraph captures the need, and the second paragraph summarizes the solution or and previews the content of the blog. Okay. Oh, before I show you these swipe files, I want to um, I want to talk about what swipe files are. So the first strategy for writing a great opening is to analyze the need and summarize the solution and put that together in a nice opening. That's one way of writing a great hook. Another really great way to write a hook is using what we call swipe files. Swipe files are copywriters they keep files. So let's say you're in advertising and you see advertising going by you all the time. You get stuff email, you get the old direct mail, and you basically collect advertising that you admire. If you think it's really effective, you save it because you can take the structure, the template, and apply it to your own marketing. So it's it's reusing and recycling and repurposing uh, successful language. So I'm going to show you a lot of swipe files, and I'm going to also be sharing a handout with many, many more. So a really great way to open is with a question. And I'll just let you scan this list. Questions are great because they grab the audience, and when somebody poses a question to you, you want to answer it. So it kind of pulls you right in. Questions are great. Another great way to write an opening is with a statement. These are hooks, these are tried and true. They won't all work for you, but you'll be surprised. Some of them work really well. And finally, if you write blogs or articles for your website or internet, there are some tried and true heading templates that work really well. And I'll let you take a look at these. I'm going to share this list with you in just a few moments. I want to show you how they work in action. I have three examples. So I've highlighted in blue the hook that comes out of the swipe file and just show you how they work, how they apply in real life. All right. I'll read this one aloud. How much is poor writing costing your company? If you're like most people, too often you pick up an important document, whoops, You pick up an important document, find it difficult to read, and put it down to go somewhere else. That document was probably something the writer put a lot of time and effort into. But because it was not easy to read, an opportunity was lost, and everyone's time was wasted, yours and your readers. This course teaches you how to create documents that are clear, concise, and readable. You'll become a more efficient writer and produce documents your readers can understand and act on after just one reading. Again, swipe files. They save me a lot of time, and I just find I use them all the time. Okay, here's another example. 5 tips to help you speak like a pro. If you're like most people and find the thought of giving a presentation terrifying, you'll appreciate these 5 tips to help you get over your fear and actually enjoy public speaking. All right. What I'd like you to do next is Brittany is going to share in the chat a handout for you with a lot of swipe files on it. And what I'd like you to do is take a couple of minutes and draft an opening for this need. Um, Write a hook that uses the swipe files and just play with it. It doesn't have to be brilliant. Find one need here in this paragraph and use it to write a hook. So, Brittany, if you're sharing that, the file is she's got it. Download it, and have a little fun. When you've drafted something, share it in the chat for us, please. I'll give you a couple of minutes quietly to think about this. And the first hook from Matthew. Are you ready for a new way to learn? Good. Thank you. The secret of effective leadership is right at your fingertips. That's awesome. Is that you again, Matthew? You're on a roll. What your presenting skills say about you. 5 steps to becoming a better presenter. That's great. Have you ever thought about the benefits of managing your image? Excellent. Ever asked yourself how much time you spend perfecting your presentations? This is great. These are great. It's no secret that perception is currency. Today, more than ever, managing your time is critical. These are fantastic. I'll wait another couple of minutes. They're so good. It's a pleasure to see these. If you're like most people, you probably like your emails to get right to the point. That's great, Amaryllis. All right, Tired of the same old Zoom presentations? Learn how to spice up your presentations with these 5 pro tips. These are awesome. Really good. All right, you can see these are not hard to use and they're a lot of fun. And the best thing about them is they really work. These are tried and true, and that's why they kind of get passed along from generation to generation of copywriters. No joke. They're super good. The way to make them really sing is to do a lot of deep thinking, though, about the need you are addressing. Because if you don't hit the right need, you're not going to resonate as well with the reader. So give a lot of deep thought to what your audience needs, what their pain is, and try to hook into that pain, into that need. All right, great. These are really good. So I know you'll be able to take these away and use them because I can see already. Okay, let's move on. So I want to know, where are you going to use these hooks in your own writing when you get back to work this afternoon? Share in the chat how you will use them, where you will use them. Emails for programs. Good. Good. Promoting class offerings to staff, marketing programs. Good. Intro for podcasts. Good. Good, Melinda. Yeah. Communication vehicles. Good. Yammer. So for you have a specific need to advertise a coaching program. That's excellent. So this will really help you, Heather. All right. Lots of ways to apply this. Let's move on. So we talked about writing great hooks. Now I want to make sure that you tease out benefits throughout the body of your document. Um, Benefits are really showing how the message you're conveying is solving a problem that the reader has. So, for example, I could say this car gets good gas mileage, but so what? You need to explain to the reader really explicitly what that means. And that means with good mileage, gas mileage, you'll save money at the pump. Now, the trick to writing benefits and making them work really well is to never assume that the benefit is obvious, because it may be obvious to you. You're embedded in this content, right? You get it. But the reader is lazy. Readers are super lazy. That's one thing that's true about all readers. And you as the writer need to make that link, build that bridge between the feature and the benefit um, explicitly. So don't be afraid of using a lot of words, and don't be afraid of stating what you think is obvious. It won't be obvious to the reader. Okay, so the sweater has pockets. So what? What does that mean? Let's have some ideas in the chat. Cozy and cute can also be functional. Yeah, that's great. What's another benefit to having a pocket? A sweater with pockets. You never lose your keys. Excellent. Yeah, hold your phone. Okay, great. So let's see. Sweater has handy pockets. You have a place to warm your hands in the winter. All right. We provide home delivery. Holding that of tissues. we provide home delivery. What's the benefit of that? Save drive time. Save gas. Good. No dishes to do. Safety. Yeah, you can watch the NFL. Exactly. Yes. Okay. So, home delivery service means you don't need to interrupt your schedule to go to the store. Okay, let's look at some training specific examples. Okay, I find that often learning objectives can be stated much more um, in a way that brings the benefit of the learning objective out. And certainly we want to be thinking about that when we are drafting course outlines or marketing our training. So yeah, okay, I know that the learning is going to help me understand my client's needs, but so what? What does that mean? What is the benefit of understanding client needs? Build a delightful customer experience of the product. Good. Other ideas. Reduce time and tension with every interaction. Beautiful. helps them to resolve issues or inefficiencies. Great. Understand your clients' needs and gain their trust. Ask questions. So I learned how to ask questions. Well, so what? What's that mean? What is the benefit of asking questions? Yes, demonstrates your shows your interest for greater clarity. Good. Good. Clarify your understanding. Stay curious longer. Good. Empower others. These are great. So you would embellish the learning objective, ask questions to gain your audience's attention, ask questions to stimulate thought, ask questions to stay curious longer and empower others. So these are just the ways in which you can take that learning objective and um, tease out the benefit. So here we've got ask questions that unlock hidden opportunities. So it would depend on what kind of course you're learning to ask questions for. And one more, I can't resist. I've got a couple more. This would be not a learning objective, but something somehow I kind of more like a just description of what you would be getting with a certain training solution. So you receive a full set of training materials. And what's the benefit of that? Great takeaways to reference in the future. Yeah, you can engage in the meeting and have something to refer back to later. Good. Resources at your fingertips. Okay, fantastic. And one on one coaching, benefit of that. You can learn deeper by yourself. Good. Get all the attention you need. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So you always need to be thinking about what does it mean to the reader? What does it mean to the audience? How are they going to benefit? Okay. One-on-one, one-to-one coaching to reduce anxiety in front of a crowd. Excellent. So you're by yourself. Beautiful. Okay. So think benefits, not features. You will find when you go through a document that you've drafted and you think it's ready to go, you'll probably say, oh my God, I can't believe how many benefits I haven't teased out. So it's not intuitive. It's not easy to do this because we're so always so focused on conveying the message that we want to convey as opposed to taking that message and making it interesting to the reader. So this is takes practice. Okay, now let's move on. I want to now talk about making sure the body of your document or your article or your presentation is persuasive and compelling throughout. So I have three strategies: be conversational, make sure it's reader centered, and be concrete. So be conversational just means make sure you sound like a human being talking to another human being. Don't let the paper and the computer get in the way of that. So I'll let you read this before and after. Tell me which one you prefer. B, good. B, excellent. You would never talk like writer A. We all talk like writer B. Make sure that you write like writer B as well. Here's another example. Again, we prefer B, right? The writer B sounds like a human being. Make sure that when you write to somebody, you imagine talking to them. If you are conversational with your reader, you will never be too informal, which is what people fear. You won't be too informal if you are mindful of who that reader is and what your relationship is with them. Okay. So just imagine, conjure up that person and speak directly to them. All right. Let's try a couple. All right, here's an example. I'm writing at this time to acknowledge receipt of your request for information regarding the registration deadline for the upcoming project management course. How would you rewrite this in a more conversational way? You can just add your suggestion in the chat. Hey, I got your note for more information about the PM course. Excellent. Excellent, Rebecca. Thanks. Matthew, good. Good. Good, good. Awesome. Okay. So thanks for asking about the registration deadline, blah, blah, blah. Okay, beautiful. What about this one? This one is, oh my God, it's so overused. It's crazy. You might find that you use it yourself, but as a reader, it adds no value. It's not conversational. I kind of read this at the end of a note and I think, oh, I guess I'm not special. I guess I am just just another nobody. So, what would you say if you wanted to convey this message face to face or on the phone with somebody? Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, let me know if you need anything else. I'm here to help. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so write it the way you would say it. We never talk like this unless we're flight attendants. Sometimes they actually say stuff like this. Okay. Okay, so be conversational, be reader centered. Being reader centered means you are focusing on the reader, not on yourself, on the writer. It's about trying to incorporate the word you, or at least the perspective of the reader, into your messaging. Again, we tend to write about ourselves, and that's really common in a first draft. So we have an extensive online knowledge base. Much more reader centered would be what does pointing out the benefit to the reader. You can find all the answers to your questions when you use our online knowledge base. I find it also super helpful to um, anticipate what the reader's next step will be, and if possible, make that step easy to take. So, writer B has been really helpful because writer B anticipates that the reader might want to actually go right into the knowledge bank and base and provides a hyperlink. So, make it easy for the reader to take the next step. Notice that writer A focuses on we and I, what we have, and writer B focuses on what this means to you. You can find answers to your questions. Another example, we provide technical support, and the reader's thinking, well, who cares? But if I say your learners get technical support, get as much technical support as they need to ensure a smooth and effective transfer of learning. So try to look for opportunities to use the word you and your and minimize the use of we and I. Don't ignore we and I. You're going to still have to say we and I. Just make sure you're not only talking about we and I, what you're giving, what you're doing, but what the reader receives, how the reader benefits, and point that out. Okay, let's try this one. How would you make this more reader centered? You can draft your answer in the chat, please. Excellent, Heather. Thanks. Rebecca, great. Beautiful. Excellent. Ah, nice. I like that, Joe. Save your seat, reply before November 20th. I like that a lot. Nice call to action. And Marla, very similar. Excellent. Beautiful. We'll confirm your registration if you respond to this email before November 20th. Okay, so there's many possible solutions. One more here for you to try. We've added 12 courses to our e-learning catalog. Well, so what? How would you make this reader centered? How do you tease out the reader benefit? How do you put the reader in the spotlight, not the writer? In the chat. 12 new courses for you. Yeah, you have access to 12 new courses. You may find even more courses added to our catalog. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Grow your skills with these 12 new courses. Ah, awesome. Oh, I love this, RB Sullivan. Have you seen the new 12 courses you have access to? Good idea to use a question. Questions are great. And are you interested in these categories? Fantastic. All right. Beautiful. Okay, you got the hang of this. Okay. Last thing I want to mention in the context of um, making your writing interesting is be concrete. There's an old rule of thumb for writing that you should show, not tell. So, an abstraction has its place. It's quite a beautiful abstraction of a tree on the left, but readers need the nitty-gritty of the reality, the concrete precision of that tree with all its leaves and branches and boughs and roots and trunks. So you want to be concrete and you want to quantify and offer proof as much as you can. I'll let you read these two examples. Notice how one is vague and uses just an adjective. Writer B gets into the nitty gritty. And another example, our learners report a high satisfaction rate. What is high? Oh, 93% of our learners say they're satisfied with our courses 90% of the time. Much more satisfying. All right. Okay, good, good. So take a minute and share with us. We're more or less we're done. I want to know what you're going to take away, what you'll do differently, and what insights you've gained. If you could share in the chat, that would be great. Yeah, the swipe sheet's awesome. It's a really good resource. Yes, good, Debbie. Focus on the body first. Excellent. Yeah, Heather, good. Same. Don't get hung up on the opening or hook. Write it last and have fun with it. The swipe sheet will make it really easy to write those openings. But you need the more thought you give to the solution and the need, the easier it will be to write the swipe file. So it's easy to write last, but it's kind of like the iceberg. Like there's a lot going on under the surface too. Good. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, on this call, we've already revised a marketing communication going out in 15 minutes. I'm so glad. I feel like I've saved the day. That's great. Yeah, being less of a robot, considering the you versus the we. Good. Beautiful. There's a lot to think about. We covered that pretty quickly. Um, when you go away, make sure you remember that you want to hook your audience up front. Take advantage of the the swipe files, the cheat sheet that we shared with you. Point out benefits throughout, and make sure that once you hook your reader, um, keep their attention going by making sure the document is really clear, really readable, and really satisfying and concrete. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. I will share the PowerPoint with you. We will share that with you by email, and you already have the tip sheet, the swipe sheet, which is really going to help you. And thank you so much. Uh, don't be shy about promoting yourself and promoting your learning solutions. We all need to be not shy about this and be proud of what we do, and let that come across in the way you promote your solutions and yourself. Thanks very much. Stay in touch.